What's cracking? Dylan from Featherlyte Outdoors here. Welcome to the channel. And if you don't know what Featherlyte Outdoors is, we make lightweight, affordable rooftop tents that are also fully serviceable, meaning everything on it is replaceable. So what I want to do is a kind of candid comparison between our Featherlyte Air Rush 2-person tent and the GoFast Campers Ultralight. So I've never even opened this one yet. I just borrowed it from a friend. He brought it over. And so let's get started. First glance, I'm gonna have to give a point to our tent for a sleek design. You can see that the zipper flap covers the zipper nicely, and it's just a really clean design all the way around. Now, both of these tents have been outside for quite a while now and are both, I guess, somewhat weathered. But one thing that I'm noticing on this ultralight is the fraying on these straps. Well, for one, we got a bunch of straps everywhere. I'm not really sure what that's about. And there's some markings and lines on the top of it. I don't know if that is a fault of design or if maybe someone tried to clean it in a way that left those lines. So I can't really fault the tent for that. But it's not quite as sleek. You know, everything's kind of bubbling out, and maybe that doesn't matter for some people, but I am somewhat concerned about the fraying on some of these straps here, and those just don't look like they're gonna last very long. So now let's move on to something like the zippers. Let's check it out. We'll lift up the flap here on the Air Rush. So immediately I can tell you that we use the best in the industry SBS waterproof and anti-snag zippers, which are great zippers. And I haven't even opened this one yet, so let's see here. So we've got the flap here that covers, that can't be waterproof, is it? If anyone knows, let me know in the comments if this zipper on the Ultralight is waterproof, because that seems like it's not the world's greatest zipper right there. One thing I do like is I feel it seems like we've got some extra play here. So maybe that's the reason for the bulge. I imagine that might mean that it can accommodate more stuff inside the tent, which we do have a solution coming for that soon. But maybe that's why they've got some extra fabric here. One thing I could see being an issue though is getting these off all the way around the tent, having to reach up and over the tent. Might be kind of tricky if you've got a bigger rig. I'm sure that you could get used to that, but being honest, that was a little bit cumbersome. All right, let's check out the zipper again. Pull these flaps up. Kind of similar in that they both have protective flaps, because those are very important for keeping your zipper from getting gummed up by fine dust and dirt powder that comes with going off-road. It does unzip easily, I'll give it that. We have two zippers. I don't know if that's necessarily a bonus or a negative. Start at the back of your rig and zip either way, that's fine. Let's unzip the Air Rush. You can feel that it's a more robust zipper for sure. And it's got to be more waterproof. I just can't see how these big plastic teeth can be totally waterproof, but maybe they just count on the flap. Anyway, let's do the push open test. So with ours, we got the struts on here. You just give it a go. As long as at least one of your windows are open, it will basically open itself. We do have these support bars, one on each side. So that's a very easy open. Now let's see how it does with the Ultralight. Oh. Oh, it's like a pole with a little boot thing. Oh my gosh. Sorry, GoFast. This isn't that cool of a way to open a tent. All right. How do you get to it? Bring this down. So this comes down, and then the screen zips to the side. Ooh, we're gonna have to talk about the screen too. It gets the job done. If you're spending that much on a tent though, I feel like it should have struts, which I guess they have no frame on the outside, which maybe plays into that design decision. I'm not a big fan of windows that come down. I like it when they go up personally, but that's just personal preference. So and I assume we've got some kind of way to hold the windows up or hold it rolled up somehow. Are you supposed to just let it flap up? Oh, it must roll to the side. There we go. Oh, does it come off completely? I'm sorry, you guys. This is strange. So it goes to there. And maybe you're supposed to just bunch it up and put it inside? Or is that what this pouch is for? Can't imagine it being for anything else. Or maybe it's for the screen, I don't know. But the screen, I guess, also does a similar kind of thing. Maybe we just tuck it inside. I'm sorry, GoFast. I'm not sure I can get behind this, and I'm not trying to just knock the tent, I promise. I have been in a lot of rooftop tents over the years, and that was a little bit strange to figure out. Again, being used to it, maybe that's not a big deal, but it's not really the cleanest look in the world. Let's compare that to our air rush tent. So we've got a couple different ways to hold this main window open. We've got our vent right there. It can obviously zip closed all the way. You can hold it open with these pull straps. It can also come all the way up. This is a much finer screen than what we see on the GoFast over there. So we can roll this up. And then we've got the little loops to hold it up. So we've taken a look at the front doors. Let's check out the windows. I already have them rolled up on this tent because I personally like to keep the windows open, at least one of them, so that when the tent opens with the struts, there's no suction with the fabric. It'll just open easily. So you can see that we've got it rolled up, the screen and the window both here. These also come with the spring bars. So you can put them in the side here and use the side windows as an awning. I'll show you that now. All three sides of our Featherlyte tent can open just like this, like a little rainfly awning, which is pretty cool. And you can also enter the tent from any of the three sides. There's ladder mounts included. Let's check out the windows on the ultralight. So one thing I'm noticing, I don't think we have, there's no spring bars inside. Ooh, that's an air mattress, okay. I don't see any spring bars anywhere. I do like that the zippers on this don't have metal pulls. The string is much better than something like the metal pull. Why does those go together? I guess so you could zip that closed and then open this just for some airflow. Strange. Nothing wrong with it. Anyway, pull strings are much better than metal, so doesn't jingle in the wind. Seems like that's probably meant to be used as it's like a little vent, kind of like the vent window on ours. Now I assume that we didn't have them on that side, but these do roll up, and so we must have a way to keep them up, which we do. And this is kind of a nice feeling bungee. It's a little small, maybe a little skinny, but it's fine. Looks like the screen has the same option of being rolled up. And I really would have expected a finer mesh screen, because maybe no-see-ums can't get through that, but that's kind of big. That's a big mesh. Let's check out the inside. The mattress feels good. It's soft. Being an air mattress, it maybe you can adjust the firmness to your liking. I just don't personally trust air mattresses. That's just me. That's a personal thing. The mattress designs on these two tents are inherently different because they have a hard bottom, whereas we have the open floor design, which under the tent material is our aluminum frame. So our mattress has some rigidity in the very bottom of it. This looks like it's a 2-inch, ours is a 3-inch. I personally can't get behind an air mattress. Maybe some of you like that. I just don't trust them over the long term. Now we do have some accessory pouches. They are not removable. Not much going on there, no light. Let's check out the inside of our air rush. So in here, you know what, I'll roll this window back up so we can see better. Inside our Featherlyte air rush tent, we've got the accessory pouches. I'm not gonna really give us an extra point for having more pouches in it, but I guess that is a bonus. It's Velcro on, which we've got some ideas for other accessories that you could put up here, so that's pretty cool that it's removable. We also do have a clear pouch here, so if you go camping with your kids, you can easily throw the iPad in there and still enjoy a show. Our Featherlyte tents also have an included LED light strip on the inside, which is powered by any USB battery. And that light strip has dimming functions and 2 different colors if you like warmer or cooler color temperatures from your light. Now we did see that this is a big window. That's cool, I gotta give it that. In contrast, we've got our window here that opens like an awning. We've got an extra vent window. We also have diesel heater ports on both sides and an electrical zipper where you can send your wires through to your USB light, or however you wanna do that kind of power. If you wanna power it full time and send it through the bottom of the tent, you totally could. We also do have this extra vent window here that you can zip down a little bit if you just want a little extra air but don't want to let water in, or you can zip it down completely. This one's kind of nice if you don't want a large breeze coming through, but you still want some, and this is on both sides. So you could close this one completely and just have a little bit coming through there. Personally, I do like the options of the different windows better than one giant one. I think that part of the reason that some of the features are different on this tent has to do with the fact that this one is a little bit lighter than ours. We maybe have more features, but they're a little bit lighter. So which one's more important? I didn't want to be the lightest tent in the world. I wanted a very lightweight tent that doesn't skimp on any features. We didn't want to leave anything out. And also, number 1 on the list was complete serviceability. So everything being easily replaceable was absolutely key for us and did add weight. Overall, you're going to get a lot more longevity out of a serviceable tent. Now, it seems, okay, not serviceable. This cover is definitely not coming off. I can't tell just by looking at it. I'll actually look that up while I'm editing the video and let you know if this tent is serviceable and the fabric is replaceable. I'll let you know. The fabric on the cover is definitely more dense on our tent than the GoFast. Again, probably plays into the weight, but some of this is just really thin fabric. The tent material feels fine, and some of these seams might be likely to hold on to water. You kind of expect that in some tents, but that's also why we designed this open floor, so that water can come down and basically come right out the bottom of the tent. Meaning that even though we have anti-mold fabric, we're just eliminating as much standing water as possible. Also, water is more likely to follow the surface and then drip out the bottom. And then while you're driving, it'll air itself out too. Our mattress is 3 inches, rigid bottom on it, and also has a unzipped cover in case that needs to be cleaned separately. I had to pause for a second and look up a couple things. It turns out this tent doesn't come with a mattress or a ladder. And once I realized it didn't come with a ladder, I realized there's no ladder mounts anywhere. So I assume maybe you get like a ladder that hooks over or something. I'm not exactly sure, but maybe you just lean it against your truck. A little strange that doesn't come with, you spend that much money, it should come with at least the mattress and ladder. Ours comes with a ladder and the mattress is included. which I feel like should just be standard, but to each their own. Also, this quilted liner acts as extra insulation, so we do have kind of a hard top similar to the GoFast, but the extra insulation will help keep you warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. We also have a tracking device pocket, so if you want to get like an air tag or something and throw it in there, there's a spot dedicated for that. I know you've heard me say the word serviceability a lot. I also did just confirm that this one is not serviceable. If you tear the fabric, the tent is done. On our tent, everything is in some kind of a channel or zipped in. So this part down here is in the Keter channel. So if something happens to the bottom, you can slide it out and slide a new one in, which is all of the components are covered under our 1-year warranty. Same thing with the cover. Cover slides off in like 2 minutes, which is super awesome. The main tent fabric, it both zips in, and the zipper part of it is also in a slide-in Keter system. So if anything happens to any component or fabric piece on this tent, it's totally replaceable. All right, so, you can also tell that ours is much taller than the GoFast. The GoFast is 3 inches longer, which theoretically gives you better foot room, but then it's shorter, so then that kind of negates that extra 3 inches. And at some point, tents start to get a little bit too long, which is why we felt like the 86 inches of our tents was kind of the perfect size to accommodate most people and not be too long on the roof of your vehicles. Now, some people are going to be like 7 feet tall and you're gonna want a fold over tent, but that's a completely different story. I also did confirm that this zipper is not waterproof, which I'm really trying not to be a jerk about this tent. I know people like it. The one benefit of the GoFast is that it's a little bit lighter than ours. Otherwise, I can't say I would ever pick this one over ours objectively, and I'm saying that genuinely because I've used a lot of tents, and this one's kind of just more difficult to use. And I like the fact that ours has you can replace everything on it. Now, I hate to bash on another product, but I have to say that if you're spending this much money on a tent, that I would expect it would have more or better features than something that is well under $2,000 and is, you know, whoa. Holy smokes, that moves a lot. I can't imagine this holds up to wind as well. That moves like crazy. Oh my gosh, it doesn't even have a hinge on it. It's just fabric. It's like just in a fabric pocket. Well, that can't last very long. No wonder it wiggles so much. Do you see this? Does this come across on camera? See, the bottom is not moving at all, but the whole top just, in high wind, that's gotta be crazy. I mean, I'm just wiggling the entire tent. It's not, the whole thing is sturdy to itself. I'm wiggling the table. This one, I'm sorry, but that just made the GoFast a hard pass for me. I was really hoping that something that cost so much more than ours, I was really hoping that it would be a much better tent. I was expecting more. So there it is, the comparison between the GoFast UltraLite and the Featherlyte rooftop tents. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Hit me up on Instagram. Happy to answer all and any of your questions. Thank you all so much for watching. See you on the next one.